Hey class and Missy, thanks so much for your video earlier. I'm gonna try my best to do a little improv video back to you. Maybe we can actually develop some type of digital conversation. One thing I want to start off by saying is thank you so much for your insight into your professional experience. I was actually really looking forward to your take on this because of your connection with the community college and spending so much time working there and being invested in the students. And so you sharing your experience about remedial classes, I think is really important. I really love the fact that you all are constantly turning over and reevaluating and hoping to improve remedial education, um, because I think that's the way that we have to really think about this, because it's not going anywhere. As Marisotis and Phipps and St. John's and colleagues and like everybody else that we've read so far, including the proficiency work, like this is a big issue that needs to be addressed on many levels, including fixing the problem that we have. It's not a band-aid situation. Like we really need to fundamentally change the conversation that we're having. I enjoy that you focus on the proficiency piece for education, and that really will bring us, I guess, to a better place in terms of the fundamental education and how we teach students. I think that I've made my point a little overly clear that I think that remedial education needs to stay, at least until we can get a grasp on improving the foundation for students and getting their education up to par with what we need for college prep. And that doesn't mean college prep for everybody, but college prep for students who show an interest, have an aptitude, assessing them and evaluating them more regularly and more effectively, as all the other kind of conversations we've developed over the semester have touched on. I agree that it's extremely disheartening to see students who have a lot of potential but are struggling because they need to take a remedial math or remedial English to get them up to the college par. And that's not to say that makes them poor students or weak students. I think that some of us excel in one area and not in others. John noted this as, that students are not all-knowing entities that come into college pre-programmed. And I think that was really insightful to say, like, yeah, they're not. We need to be able to support them through their whole process. The last two pieces that I really wanted to touch on was one, I think I agree with you, there needs to be better collaborations. I think that, spaces like New Hanover County or the Cape Fear region have so many institutions of higher learning that we could easily be taking and connecting with high schools and colleges to really make sure that everybody's on the same page. And lastly, I think actually takes me back to Dr. Ryder's point around thinking about those in the middle and how this is one of those issues that, yes, there's folks who are going to incur more debt that might not be able to pay it off because of their status and their situation. And, excuse me, but there's also those who are going to incur that debt who may be able to pay it off in the long run, but are really in that middle part where this cuts across everybody. The chart from Leah's presentation that I posted in my session around the readiness gap, like that's affecting everybody across the board. Four-year institutions that are highly prestigious, moderately prestigious, and then the two-year community colleges. Folks who are non-traditional age, who are not 17, 18 years old, it is affecting everybody. So I think starting to think about them as socioeconomic issues and class issues and race issues, as we touched on with, excuse me, with Kara's presentation, all of those things wrapped up together, I think we really got to start looking at this as systemic issues of higher education and not just small issues that we can band-aid together with a simple state policy or a federal mandate, unfunded federal mandate, which are pretty popular. So I want to thank you again for your response, and feel free to post back, and I look forward to continue our conversation. Thanks again, Missy.